What's up guys, David here from PhoneBuff, and due to popular demand, I am back with yet another PhoneBuff style speed test, this time between the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the HTC One M8. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel or don't know exactly what a PhoneBuff style speed test is, basically what we're going to be doing here is racing each of these phones through what I like to call a virtual obstacle course to see which one is actually faster in the real world. Alright, so before we get this PhoneBuff style speed test started, I want to let you guys know that both phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network and each is coming off a fresh reboot, so it'll be as fair of a test as we can possibly get it. So with that said, we'll begin the test by starting the stopwatches on each phone and heading into the camera apps where the HTC One takes an early lead and moves on to the settings app. So right out the gate, the Galaxy S5 struggled a bit with the camera, but going into Temple Run 2 and still being very early in the speed test, it's looking to make a comeback, but the HTC One isn't going to make it easy on the S5, with it finishing up on Temple Run 2 and moving on to the next app in this gaming portion of this test in Real Boxing. Finishing up Temple Run 2 and joining the HTC One and loading up Real Boxing, the Galaxy S5 is about 5 or so seconds behind the HTC One, which isn't insurmountable by any means as we're just still halfway into this speed test, but with the M8 showing absolutely no signs of slowing down, if the Galaxy S5 wants a real shot at making a comeback, it better do it sooner rather than later. So with it done loading the Vector app, the HTC One moves on to Angry Birds, where the Galaxy S5 finishes up Vector, but it seems to hang up a bit while exiting out of the app, pushing it further behind the M8, which, with it trying to make a comeback and all, is just about the last thing it needed. The HTC One is blitzing through the video transcoding part of this test, which really stresses the processors of the phones, putting those quad-core Snapdragon 801 chips to the test. And technically speaking, because the S5's processor is clocked slightly higher, it should be able to narrow the gap between it and the One here, if only by a little. But regardless of whether or not this actually happened in reality, the S5 is now roughly 10 seconds behind the HTC One, with only 4 more apps to go before each of these phones hits the finish line. Finishing up the Netflix stream, the HTC One M8 moves on to the Score mobile app, putting it about a full app ahead of the Galaxy S5, so the chances of a comeback here are looking very bleak for the S5, but there still is that two-staged browser test, so if the HTC One happens to struggle here and the Galaxy S5 really chugs along, there might be a chance, but as you guys can see, the HTC One is just showing no signs of mercy and it's rendering that full Verge site, with the Galaxy S5 just now getting into the mobile version of the Verge site, and there you go, you can see that the HTC One finishes with an official time of 2 minutes and 18 seconds. The Galaxy S5 is still chugging along, trying to load up all the content on the media-rich Verge site, and it looks like it's just about done. It finishes with a time of 2 minutes and 31 seconds, making the clear winner for this PhoneBuff style speed test, the HTC One M8. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for me in this speed test. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up to show your love, and if you like the kind of videos we make here at PhoneBuff, be sure to subscribe for more just like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the very next episode.